What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. Today, it is time that we discuss the 2024 Republican presidential primary and look at, is DeSantis surging, collapsing, or whatever? Because a lot of people have been saying this indictment will be the end of Trump and DeSantis will surge, even though we've been hearing this for 5 weeks now? Either way, it's time we look at, is DeSantis surging, or is there a possibility of him actually collapsing? Now, before we continue today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It is a great Twitter account everyone should follow. Of course, follow the Rumble page down below for exclusive content. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you can join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So the 2024 New Hampshire Republican presidential primary. That's going to be the specific race we're looking at, because Iowa, we've really got nothing for polling, and quite frankly, the only state of the early states that we have anything of note for endorsements, for polling, all that good stuff, is the state of New Hampshire. But before we look at that, I think we should start looking at the national polling, just as a starting point. So, let me be clear, this is 538. They are not a very good organization. Though I think Nate Silver got fired, I don't know. But either way, so DeSantis announced around here, let's say May 24th, right? I think that's when he announced. DeSantis was at 20.6% nationally. Today, he's at 21%. So virtually nothing changed ever since his announcement. Oh, he went up by 0.5% while Trump went down 1. It's called margin of error. This is statistical noise. Nothing has changed. And you look at the polling since, the indictment news, which was, I believe, here, I think it was June 8th, and DeSantis, nothing changed, and Trump didn't change at all. So, we're still looking at the data nationally, and there's nothing happening with DeSantis. He's not surging like they promised. Remember, they said, give it time, Trump will collapse and DeSantis will surge. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a couple of weeks. I gave it a week. That was like, there isn't any bump, because we would have saw something by now. And they're saying, oh, well, you were so knee-jerk, he'll surge next week and the week after. Wait till he posts ads. He did. Nothing's changed, nationally at least. And I was shocked by what I saw next. His favorability ratings. Look, I understand this includes, independents, Democrats, all that good stuff. But here's the thing. Look at this. Look at this. Ever since his announcement, May 24th, he was at 41% favorability and 41% unfavorable. He sunk. And a lot of these are not just, Democrats. You go deep in the polling, there are a lot of Republicans that are like, what the hell is going on with DeSantis? I'm out. I'm done with this. This isn't good. And everybody with 5 brain cells would admit he's taken a substantial hit. Now, I know we got Donald Trump, and surprisingly, Trump has a higher favorability rating than DeSantis by the looks of it. Yeah. DeSantis at 36% nationally. Trump's at 40% nationally. So much for that argument. And sure, unfavorability, DeSantis is lower, but it's like, it still is some people that don't know. A lot of these people that are saying they're favorable or unfavorable, they're more than likely Republican-leaning voters. I doubt you're going to see many of these undecideds being, hardcore Republicans. So he's at 36% already. And again, I know this is nationally, but he's just sinking at a national level. And not just that, you look at the national popular vote. Trump's outrunning DeSantis by 4 or 5 points in some polls. And the RCP aggregates, it's like R+2 for Trump. And DeSantis, it's tied. So where's this bump at? But this wasn't the shocking thing. Remember how I was going to discuss New Hampshire? Which New Hampshire is a very critical state. And it's a state where you have to get 10% of the vote. If you don't know, it's proportional. But you got to get 10% of the vote to qualify for delegates. That's how it works in the state. And Donald Trump, he got 35%. And he got 11 delegates back in 2016. And you notice John Kasich got 15.8%. Cruz got 11. Jeb got 11. Marco Rubio got 10.5%. And Trump, his victory was very much propelled by surprisingly moderate voters and non-college whites. What a shocker. But the exit polling from 2016 by Edison Research concluded that Trump's 2016 primary could be credited to the support among white voters without a college degree, as well as support for moderate voters. So this first part's huge. There is a sizable white working class population in the state of New Hampshire. And that's a disaster for Ron DeSantis. Because whites without a college degree, they're overwhelmingly supporting Trump. Yes, there's a white college-educated vote in the state. I'm not denying that. But still. Now, the second part. This is where a lot of people are saying, well, DeSantis could win the state of New Hampshire for the primary because the moderate voters, which they backed Trump in 2016. And that could be true. You look at the endorsements, and DeSantis has the vast majority of the endorsements at the local level. Trump has some significant ones too. But you notice what happened the past couple of weeks? Chris Christie announced. Scroll down here, and I cannot believe on what I'm seeing. Could this change? Maybe. Look at this. Chris Christie, it appears, is taking a sizable chunk of the vote away from DeSantis. You heard that right. Look at this New Hampshire Journal poll. Chris Christie got 9% already. Now, I believe this 100%, maybe not, but it's like, compare that to early on in March and April, he was at 1%. And you notice, Chris Christie went up, Trump stayed about the same, while DeSantis, he's cratering. He may not even get 10% of the vote in the state of New Hampshire if this trend continues. You go from getting 40, 30% of the vote to mid-20s, maybe a 30% here and there, to 18, to 22, to 18. And then National Research, which is a pro-Trump pollster, had DeSantis at 12%, which was down from 18% last month. DeSantis, or Chris Christie, he was at 0%. He's now at 7%. Even New Hampshire Journal, like I said, they support and back up this claim. DeSantis at 13, Christie at 9. Chris Christie may be screwing over DeSantis in spite of him taking a lot of the pot shots at Trump. This is the thing that people need to understand about Trump. His voters, if you insult Trump like what Chris Christie is doing, they're not going to vote for you. They're going to say, screw you. You go away. Fine, if you go after him for policy, that's one thing. But a lot of this nonsense that Chris Christie was talking about, do you really think Trump voters are going to back a guy that's vehemently anti-Trump? Not just, I disagree here and there with them. Guess what? Christie, he appeals to like the 20% of Republicans that still think Bush is the greatest president ever. Those are the Republicans he's dealing with here. And guess what? A lot of them are supporting Ron DeSantis. Not all of them, but a substantial chunk are supporting somebody like Governor DeSantis. There's no coincidence ever since Christie got on the poll for the state of New Hampshire that DeSantis took a nosedive. And again, this isn't saying Chris Christie's going to get delegates, But it seems like DeSantis, at least in the state of New Hampshire, is cratering. Would it be funny if Chris Christie gets more than DeSantis? I don't think that's going to happen, but it's like, what's going on here? Every metric, the national polling hasn't budged at all, despite spending ungodly amounts of money. History shows Trump's probably in a good situation. DeSantis' favorability is collapsing. And even the new polling, which again, polling isn't everything. But remember, DeSantis received a lot of endorsements at the last second before he announced. Yet ever since the announcement, he sunk like a rock in the state. I mean, you're at 12%? And even if the Christie drops out, DeSantis gets all of that. Nikki Haley drops out, he gets all of that. Ask Hutchinson, etc. Trump's already teetering on breaking 50% in some polls. How is this anything but a collapse? This is a 100% collapse on this Team DeSantis' part. This was such a botched job. It's unbelievable. You're polling in the low 10s? Give me a break that, wait till he announces. Now it's going to be wait till the debates. Then it's going to be, but God knows when. And for those saying Chris Christie is going to make a huge surge and he's going to hurt Trump, who do you think Chris Christie appeals to? The 15 to 20% of Republicans that haven't voted Republican since 2000. Those are the type of Republicans he's going to win over. And say, yeah, we can't vote for Orange Man. I mean, they're already Democrats in most instances. It's like, you're not hurting Trump. You're just hurting DeSantis at this point. But who knows? It's a very funny situation that Chris Christie, again, it seems like he's hurting DeSantis the most. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.